let's finish up here with going to zero and going to the moon. For me,
By the way, you told me last week or 2 episodes ago when I said I had the documents that I really didn't have the documents, and that was correct. So today I have done the work. I do have the documents.
wow, I'm glad to see that you fully prepared.
I am prepared.
I love that.
Not as prepared as you, but I am prepared.
All right, that's fair. I'll take that.
No one
I'll
prepares like
take
the
that
Hardy
little
boys.
shout out. Yeah, we maybe a little bit too much, but we kind of brought them up last week, but Walgreens, just an absolute disaster, right? 5-year on the stock down 75%. We looked at it's trading at its lowest level since 2008. We looked at the balance sheet the other
Is
day.
that true?
They had like 730 million in cash and then 11 in marketable securities, which was like a third of what they had a year ago at this time. So if you do the math, they've got 240,000 employees and they're sitting with 740 million in like cash that they can find really quick. I'm obviously going to zero on this one.
How many employees?
238,000. They just laid off 5% of their corporate workforce, but they've got like 8,000 locations. So that's only 267 people, I think it was.
So that you said they had how much cash? 750?
Bit roughly. Yeah. 740.
All right. So let's say the average payroll is about 10.8 billion for a year. So they're paying about 900 million a month in payroll.
Yeah. So they don't even have enough cash.
How do they even make payroll?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they really got rid of some people in the layoffs, the corporate layoffs.
Wow. None of this is stock advice, but I do agree this is probably going to zero.
Yeah. So, they got hit. Part of the problem was too, and we saw Rite Aid go out of business. They filed for bankruptcy and they've been closing a lot of stores and they're restructuring.
Yeah.
We've talked about this too, right? That's probably what happens. They file for bankruptcy. They do a restructuring. They close down a bunch of stores. They've still got 8,000. And they're kind of like a household name to some extent. I've got 3 within a 5-minute drive of my house, but there's definitely some issues there. They had to pay out like $6 billion on the opioid. Yeah. So definitely something to keep an eye on with them.
I'm surprised this thing hasn't gotten hit even worse.
Yeah. Well, but it's been doing poorly for so long, and they've got that new healthcare segment that they're doing, which was still not profitable. I was looking at the balance sheet again. I think they were down like 300 million this past quarter on that particular segment. Now they had some acquisitions in there that make up for part of that loss, right? A good amount of it. But if that doesn't work out, where's the cash coming from?
Why isn't Walgreens just buy this thing for 10 billion? Maybe that's what they're going to do.
This is Walgreens.
I'm sorry, Amazon.
Yeah. I was confused there. I'm like, why doesn't Walgreens just buy Walgreens? That makes this makes perfect sense.
If only Walgreens could buy Walgreens, we would be in good shape.
Yeah.
No, but maybe, Amazon really has gone towards that super retail heavy model. Maybe they're just banking on, they're going to go under and then we'll buy the leases for 25 cents on the dollar or something. Kind of like the whole T-Mobile Sprint thing or Radio Shack or whatever.
Yeah. Wait for it to get so bad.
Yeah.
That they're just will take anything.
Well, somebody was talking about that same thing. I think it was Patrick Bet David on his podcast, how Apple is potentially waiting for Disney to get cut in half again. And then that's when they would be interested.